Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Nabil, on the Israeli-Palestinian thing, do you see much hope coming out of this?
I think the shock has, again, made us all realize we actually need to deal with the issues.
Yeah.
And we have two issues, really, but they're connected. The crisis, Gaza, and the day after Gaza. In other words, October 7th onwards. And we have the conflict, which is the Palestinian-Israeli conflict that has been going on for decades and decades. To solve the Gaza issue, the Hamas, in particular, is not going to agree to a complete hostage exchange. Complete. They may do something partial. And lose all control, then to be, as has been announced, targeted nevertheless by Israelis wherever they go, wherever they don't go. So they're going to ask for interim measures that will ultimately break down out of differences or look for closure. The Israelis, understandably, are not going to agree to a complete ceasefire or withdrawal, except if they get a complete hostage exchange and some sort of security arrangements that makes them more comfortable. And I'm being, frankly, quite generous here, that there isn't more behind this.
Yes.
So my point really is, and let me add to that, to provide both sides with what's necessary, you have to have the regional community and the international community supporting this. And we have been, as Itamar mentioned, we have been pressured to take in more Palestinians, which we rejected for political reasons. But we've also, frankly, been asked to go in and manage Gaza, which is a hilariously silly idea.
Even Sadat didn't want to do it.
I know. And the idea of us having to shoot at Palestinians and Israelis makes absolutely no sense. So again, let me just very quickly summarize my approach here. I actually believe we need to have the crisis and the conflict as bookends of the same project. And that the best way to do that is whatever ceasefire agreement is being negotiated, complete or interim, put that in a Security Council resolution almost identical to what the US proposed, 2735, I think it was, is the number. It's a US document. But then add to it, now, the reason I choose this resolution is it talks about ceasefire, it talks about complete hostage exchange, but then it talks about the two-state solution. And I would add to that all of the content of the hostage exchange, but I would add to it also recognition of a Palestinian state under occupation. Therefore, both sides know where they're beginning and where the ultimate objective is. The problem is neither side, and I'm being, again, very generous here, neither side trusts the other. So we need to take action on the ground with vision towards the future, but create some teeth to that vision. I don't think that can be done quickly with the present situation, one, because the present Israeli government does not believe in a two-state solution, and they've done everything under the sun to push Palestinians out further. And secondly, the Palestinians together are so divided that they're weakening their own negotiating position. But let me close with here. It's because of that by codifying the goal that we're looking for two states and the measures taken on the Gaza issue and linking that to the ultimate result, we're buying time as confidence tries to develop. Now, is that easy? Am I optimistic? I'm not, for religious purposes, a betting man, but that's a good reason not to bet.
No, well, precisely. It's also hard for me to imagine after October 7th, Israel giving up security control over Gaza under any circumstances, certainly along the borders. But we'll see. wanted to bring up the West Bank. I've spent a lot of time in the West Bank since October 7th, around Jenin and Tulkarm and these places.
That's what I meant by two states, because for me it's not Gaza, it's Gaza and West Bank.
Yeah, in a way, you almost need a three-state solution. I mean, because